Welcome to So Many Ships. Today I want to talk about relationships. They're not easy. They're going to take time. They're going to require a lot of discipline and commitment, a lot of communication. It takes time to build up to that part. And if you are in one and you wanted to stay in one committed, and for it to be successful, for it to stay afloat, it's going to require some discipline out of both parties in the relationship. I think it's going to require communication on both parties' level. It's not just a one-sided thing. Everyone has to give an equal amount of 100%. It's not a 50% you, 50% to the other person. I believe it's 100%, 100% to make a 200% total. Each individual giving 100%. And that's hard. That's difficult. That takes work. But if you're really committed to making it work and you want it to be a successful, healthy relationship, then it's going to require that. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to even learn how to communicate with the individual you're with in a relationship, to learn each other, to know how to talk and not talk at, to know how to talk and not feel like you're attacking or yelling, or your octave or your volume is at a higher level and it makes the other person feel like you're attacking them. These things take time. It's also planning on when to have conversations and how to have them, and finding the time to engage in communicating, engage into sharing what's going on in each other's lives. Also dealing with the stresses of bills, of just the financial responsibilities. Just maybe you two already have children in this relationship. I mean, these things take away from the bonding of the relationship, but it also can make it stronger. So I suggest that you work on it, work with each other. You have to, and I stress this urgently, you have to communicate with one another. You have to be able to communicate with one another for it to work. It doesn't come from mind reading. No one can read your mind. And you would think that that's common sense, but as you get older, as you realize, common sense is not that common. So you have to remind yourself that no one can think for you. You have to be able to think for each other, think as a group, think for yourself, and make decisions that make sense for the both of you. You know, it can't be one-sided. Remember, it's a partnership. It's a relationship with two individuals joining to make it work. So whatever might be good for you may not be good for the other person. Then you have to have a common ground, or find a common ground. So I urgently stress for those that's on the relationship, if you want it to continue to be successful, for it to stay afloat, put that time in, put that work in, and most of all, communicate. Tune in, subscribe, leave your comments, leave your requests, and I'll be back at you.